YouTube, how's it going? Jake Yeaton here. So it looks like they finally, Konami finally did the ban list, and we're gonna look at it. As you can see, we have the forbidden cards here. So I'm gonna actually go through each and every card for the best that I know. I'm still getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh, so some of these cards I'm not sure of, and then I'm gonna give my opinion with the current format, the way that it is. I have been playtesting a lot with Malice. I have a regional this upcoming Sunday. So in the future it is Friday. So I have a regional in 2 days, the day before this actually goes into effect. So let's look in the forbidden cards. So we have Moon of the Closed Heaven. This card is not surprising that it's banned for it made Fiendsmith splashable in literally anything. So that actually makes sense. Splash Mage hurts, but makes sense if you wanted to hit Malice and other decks. One of the problems with Splash Mage is, and like this has to do with all Cybers decks. You were able to extend for absolutely free, and it's not really fair. I mean, you're able to go into two. You just need 2 monsters. You go into Splash Mage, you immediately get a third. So really, 2 monsters means that it's a Link 3 immediately. So it's I can see why they hit it. King of the Feral Imps. I love that hit. It doesn't hit Mitsurugi directly, but it hits like Ryzeal Mitsurugi and other variants of Mitsurugi of Mitsurugi that were just really toxic for the game. So that's great. And then of course, number 67, Pair of Dice Smasher is gone. This card was a lot of fun. My first regionals that I played about 3 weeks ago. I was playing windups and people were not expecting me to go triple shark and then go into this, so that was fun. But it makes sense. This card's incredibly toxic. So now onto the limited. Oops, jumped ahead there. So on the limited, we have a lot. So first off, we have X Ryzeal. That makes sense. It's the most unfair card in all of Ryzeal. You can, I mean, any card where you can just keep extending even after they've thrown a bunch of hand traps is probably bad for the game. So going, for example, like Ice into Sword, grabbing X, and then like they hand trap you, you go into Duo Drive, they hand trap you just X anyway. Go in a node, like in my opinion, X is a really unfair card, and it's really hard to stop too. So that's good. Malice Dormouse, that sucks for me as a Malice player, but I understand. They wanted to follow the OCG with this. I like that hit so far. It's a consistency hit. It doesn't kill Malice. It just slows them down. So I'll have to get a little bit more creative. But I do like that. Vanquish Soul Ryzen. That card's crazy that they were limiting that already. I mean, on one part it is crazy because the K9s just came out. K9, VS of K9 hasn't even had time to really shine in the TCG. I know it won Worlds, but it hasn't really had time to shine. But maybe they realized with the OCG how incredibly toxic that deck could be. Not that the deck's really that toxic, it's really inconsistent. It has some big problems with it, but I mean, if you look at the OCG, I mean, it became like, I would say like tier 0.5 to be, and that's never good. Fiendsmith Lacrima, this makes sense with the new changes. Lacrima, I mean, is huge in Master Duel, but I mean, you are able just to go into time, summon Lacrima, burn for 12, and walk away with a win. You can't do that now. You'll just both get double game losses. So Fiendsmith Lacrima, so far from what I'm reading, great hit, or for it to come back. Link Rebo, I guess, I wasn't around during Snake Eye in the TCG, so I know that they hit Link Rebo in order to get Snake Eye tampered down, and we'll see if Link Rebo does anything. Although, thinking about it, Link Rable is really good in Yummy. Like, really good. Like, you can... Okay, never mind. Link Rable might be a little bit... Yeah. Summon Sorceress, the Errata, whatever. It's not going to be a big deal. Herald of the Arclight, that's good. They're preemptively hitting Yummy and VS K9, or VS so far. And so that's good that being Herald. Herald is a insane card. And so it's a crazy card. It banishes everything that goes to the graveyard, and then it's a single negate, so it causes a lot of problems. And then we have Zodiac Trident. That's fun. I know a lot of people wanted Zodiac back, and well, now it's back. So we'll see if Zoo does anything. Christian Inclusion. That's interesting. So far, it seems like they wanted to tamper down the K9 engine that it was splashed into so far, which is Vanquish Soul and Christian. I'm not... That one's weird, because I wouldn't... This isn't to diminish any Christian players out there or their decks, but the deck isn't, like, terrifying. So that's actually pretty weird that they did that. I would love to see why they did that, but whatever. Obedient School, that's a great hit. I mean, Yummy's still so far fine. Obedient Schooled is super unfair. It's very similar to X-Rizal, where you can throw the kitchen sink in hand traps and then they just have another Obedient School and you just go to game 2. So that's a really good hit. Stake Your Soul. Okay, they just killed Vanquish Soul. I will say it, and I don't like how they hit that so far. Stake Your Soul's super good, obviously. It's a huge consistency hit to Vanquish Soul and everything, but what I don't like about this is if you wanted to hit toxic cards in Vanquish Soul, I would have hit Holy Sue. Holy Sue is what, like, triggers, you know, it triggers Vanquish Soul to be able to play on their opponent's turn, and you're able to set up like a million interactions, and it's a problem. So I'm not a huge fan. Solemn Judgment's interesting. I get it. It's a super sacky card to have, like, going first. So in game 2s and game 3s, people side it in, hoping that they draw it, and then they make either a full board or even half board, set the Judgment, activate it, GG. I get it. You're probably going to have a lot more players playing Warning. And so we'll see how that happens. Branded Fusion, cool, whatever. They want to sell cards. I mean, the structure deck's coming out, and so they want to sell cards. I didn't have this on my list that I was going to release tomorrow, which I'm not going to release that video now. Maybe I will, just for fun. Sure, I hate Branded, by the way. It's a really cringy deck. I know that might offend people, but yeah, I don't like Branded at all, so we'll see there. And oh wow, okay, there's a lot of unlimited, so we're gonna go through one by one. Glow Up Bulb's huge. I have a lot to say about Glow Up Bulb, but let's get through the rest of them and then we'll talk about this. Masterpiece, the True Draco, Slaying King, Morphing Jar, Phantom Sky Blaster, Snake Eye, Diagram, Lightning Storm, Zodiac. So I'm gonna go up. So Zodiac Barrage, sure. We're gonna have Zoo decks, probably like a Zoo Rizal variant. I'm kind of thinking maybe I want to try out like Zoo Windups. That might be a really interesting deck to try out at a regional. And then we have Lightning Storm. Fine, that's perfectly fine. We need more board breakers. I don't think it's going to cause a giant amount of issues, honestly. I can't talk about the Draco Slaying King or the Dragonic Diagram. I don't know anything about those cards. I believe Diagram's the card that allows you to draw, I think. Like, draw cards after it's popped from a Draco Slaying King. or like a true Draco, so I'm not sure. Snake Eyes. Okay. I was not around when Snake Eyes was big in the TCG, but I have seen YouTube videos of it and watched games, and I played on Master Duel. So Snake Eyes is insane that this is a 3. I do believe that Snake Eyes will sneak its way into like tier 1.5, because you have all the explosiveness. You don't have Sinful Spoils anymore, which is obviously the most like busted card ever for them. But you have Ash at 3, you have Popular at 3, you have the new Fusion that came out a few months ago. You have Glow Up Bulb, which I think is way understated right now of how big of a card that could end up being. So I could definitely see. Oh, and the other thing about Snake Eye too is they can play Dominus Impulse. So Snake Eyes becomes kind of scary because you can play almost the normal Snake Eye build. You can put a Glow Up Bulb in and 3 Dominus Impulses. I know that Dominus Impulse kills Glow Up Bulb's effect, but I think it's worth it. That's insane. That's insane. I'm excited to see if that's going to go anywhere. Maybe I'll build a Snake Eyes deck and see. Phantom Sky Blaster. Maybe. I know that card can spam tokens like it's no tomorrow, so that could be a problem. Morphing Jar, whatever, unless someone figures out some ridiculous FTK deck, but I can't see it doing anything with just the amount of hand traps. So, okay. Now, I want to go back and I want to talk about Glow Up Bulb more because I'm super pumped about it. And I also want to talk about Moon of the Closed Heaven. So I do want to explicitly talk about Glow Up Bulb. Glow Up Bulb, I think, it's a really fun card, but it's also like the card is crazy because you can splash it in everything. So I'm really excited to see where that goes. I do think that it's being understated in Yummy right now. I think that Glow Up Bulb in Yummy is incredible. You can do so many things with it, and specifically you can go into Formula Synchron with the Glow Up Bulb and then activate Glow Up Bulb's effect, and you can just continue extending after that. Like, it's ridiculous. I also think Glow Up Bulb's great because you're just going to see a lot of decks that just get a little bit of a power boost from Glow Up Bulb, so you might have more diversity right now of like random rogue decks. The last thing though is I think they put Glow Up Bulb all the way to 3, specifically because you can only use the effect of Glow Up Bulb once per duel. So once you use it, like the other 2 Glow Up Bulbs are dead. And I believe they have like some plant deck or some plant variants coming out soon. So they probably had Glow Up Bulb come back to help sell those cards. So anyway, I want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions in the chat below. Also, follow me at Yeaton yugioh on Twitch. I try to go live as much as I possibly can. And until then, bye-bye.